So I would say get it and tell your team, we're going down the field, we're getting a touchdown to start this game.
That could definitely send a message, and also the message of playing with pace. Welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. If you couldn't tell, we are in front of the state capitol in Rhode Island, Mike Catalana. I'm Jenna Cottrell. It's been nicer weather.
No, this is miserable. We were here a year ago in this exact same spot with the exact same miserable weather in Providence. And a lot of times people say, why are you guys in Providence? The Bills Hotel is right there. Yeah. The team stays there. It's about a half an hour, 40 minutes down the road to the stadium. And hopefully it's dry tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to let go of my umbrella because I think it's going to take me with it. So we're just going to place that there. All right, while we get started, please be sure to like comment, and subscribe to the podcast.
Look at that.
All right, we're talking our 5 players to watch out for in this game. So let's start with a guy who's actually not going to be on the field. We say player or more impactful storylines. Ken Dorsey, Josh Allen. We're going to kind of tether them together because what we've seen out of this offense the last 2 weeks, the Bills averaging 17 points in these last couple of games. What do you want to see tomorrow from the offense, specifically starting with Ken Dorsey and Josh Allen?
Yeah, well, there's what I want to see and there's what Sean McDermott wants to see.
Yeah.
Because I think he called out his offensive coordinator. Yeah. Look, I think he says Ken's done a great job. In moments he has. Don't let the numbers lie to you. I think slide over this way a little bit, make it a little even. Yeah. Don't let the numbers lie to you. Their numbers have been good because they had 3 great games. They had 3 lousy games to go with it. Jenna, it's not consistent enough. They have not figured out a way to make this offense work where they have that identity they've been talking about. And I want to see this team play with more pace, with more energy, especially at the beginning of the game. And I said to you on the way here, and I talked a lot, was that I want to see the Bills, if they win the toss, take the ball to start this game. Yeah. Take the ball and go right down the field. And if the Patriots win, they're probably going to defer because even they don't want to see Mac Jones on the field. So I would say get it and tell your team, we're going down the field, we're getting a touchdown to start this game.
That could definitely send a message, and also the message of playing with pace. You talked about it. We want to see Josh Allen and this Bills offense be able to move the ball. We've seen it for those couple of games. I mean, the Dolphins game, half the games the Bills have played this season, the offense has looked sharp. They've been able to execute, they've been able to score, the attention to detail. The other half, we haven't seen that. This is an opportunity for this Bills offense to get back into a rhythm. And we heard Sean McDermott, Josh Allen, the offensive players talk about that all week. All right, so the next grouping we're going to talk about. So I said to you in the car, the other offensive player we want to talk about, any pass catcher not named Stephon Diggs. We know what Diggs has been able to do, but let's specifically kind of zero in. Dalton Kincaid, he cleared concussion protocol, back to practice this week. What do you want to see out of him?
I want to see some production. And look, I know he missed the last game with a concussion. That doesn't make it easy. But I also want to say, okay, we're at the point now where maybe Kincaid can be impactful in this offense. Yeah. And the tight end position in general has been lousy in this offense. They really haven't done anything. Nothing out of Dawson Knox. Couple of touchdowns or a couple of plays, but very limited offense out of Knox. But I think if they can get Kincaid going and see what they drafted the guy for, right? Yeah. To be an impactful player in the middle of the field. You say that. You know, sometimes fans will say, well, you know, they go to Diggs so much and they're going to need to find somebody else. But I tell you what, until somebody steps up, I'd throw it to Diggs 20 times a game. You got to win football games. You got to score points. But long-term success, they'll need another guy or two. And let's see if we can get something out of Kincaid. I'm not talking about, I'm not saying he's got to go Travis Kelce. Yeah. I'd like to see
although that would be cool too.
Yes, but I'd like to see 5 catches for 70 yards. How about we see that at Kincaid?
I feel like that's those numbers we've been talking about for really any other guy other than Stephon Diggs. Having that consistency, being able to be a reliable target for Josh Allen, someone Allen can trust opposite of Diggs. Dalton Kincaid, that would be huge for this offense. Dawson Knox, he had a wrist injury. Obviously, he's been back to practicing, but that may be someone just in terms of the tight ends, him stepping up as well. All right, let's talk. We're going to talk defense in a little bit, but we did want to touch on Tyler Bass. Yeah. Coming off weird week for him, some kicks that he usually makes, he did not make. Where do you think his confidence is at?
I think he's fine. Look, one of them was McDermott didn't have confidence in the kick, and I was surprised at that. He didn't say anything. maybe Bass didn't feel well. Maybe he had a minor injury. I don't know. They would have to disclose that.
Yeah.
But usually they go for those kicks. There was limited wind. I think we're going to see more wind tomorrow in Foxborough. Limited wind, and they didn't go for it. And then they went with it at the end, and he missed. And he doesn't miss a lot. So I think it might have just been one of those games. Maybe he was dealing with something, sometimes little flu bugs or something. And that's pure speculation because they didn't say anything. I think the kid has been great. I think they have a lot of confidence in him. But in a game like tomorrow where we don't know if the weather's going to play a factor, I'd like to see the kicker be a sure thing for him.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Yep. I think Tyler Bass has played very well throughout this season. Last week was an off game, and you expect it to be just that, an off game, not an off trend for him. So we'll see, though, with this weather right now. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's talk defense. Dorian Williams, a lot to like out of his first real game. Well, I mean, I know he played a bit in Jacksonville, but him getting the role last week against the Giants, a lot to like, though. Made some great plays, flying around. He's done better than expected. Do you think the entire defense is getting a little bit more confidence with him in there?
I think so. I think they see his athleticism. I think he's one of those guys that just lives and breathes football.
Yeah.
And McDermott loves that.
He does.
But I think if you're going to make mistakes, do it with an athlete. Do it with a guy who can make up for some maybe being in the wrong position at times.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it all figured out yet, but this guy's played a lot of football in his life. Whoa, there we go. Almost lost it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. He's played a lot of football in his life.
We are absolutely clipping that.
Well, I thought this thing was taken off. He's played a lot of football. I think he can make up for it. Terrell Bernard has been outstanding.
Yeah.
They're missing guys. And you can kind of say you can wait, but the NFL train doesn't wait for anybody.
Yeah.
Now, they are playing against a limited offense, so maybe this is a game for him to get himself together. They don't have the weapons that a lot of other teams do, but I think I have seen a lot to like in Dorian Williams so far.
I think he's shown those flashes. And look, you're not going to replace Matt Milano, but Dorian Williams has done a good job. He's a young player. He's going to be learning. There's going to be mistakes, but I think he's done a good job of showing his potential, and you see those flashes of what he could be with even more experience. Von Miller, guy with plenty of experience, right?
13 years in the league.
Year 13 for him. Coming off the ACL injury, he's getting back up into speed. And this week he talked about what that process really is like for him.
Yeah, he did say it. Like he said, it's not simple. Oh, we're going to clip that. It's not simple. By the way, this place is called Skyline at Water Place. Yeah, isn't that something?
At Wind's Edge.
Yeah, he's kind of ramping up. And he says, it was Thanksgiving where he got hurt. I mean, we're still in October here. We're not even to a year. Yeah. I've had a lot of people say to me, man, is Von okay? No, he's not Von Miller yet. He's a guy who got more snaps last week, and he kind of said that hopefully by the end of the year, he's back to feeling the way he is. I think they realize this is going to be a process. And look, he doesn't replace Ed Oliver and what Oliver does in the defense, but you're talking about having another impactful player out there. Yeah. And I think if Von can keep taking those steps, I got a feeling, I'm going to say this, I think he makes a play. You keep sliding over. I think he makes a play tomorrow. It'll be the first Von play of the year, and I think he makes one against Mac Jones in the game.
So are you saying that an ACL tear is not an oil change?
Dan Fates, Jiffy Lube, says it's an oil change. My wife's going through an ACL tear. You ask her to go through normal, everyday things. It is a lot of work, and you don't feel right for a while. Von Miller doesn't feel like Von Miller, superstar. He's admitting that. He's telling you that. And it's going to take a while. So be patient with Von. When you really, really need him, when the weather's really bad, Von Miller will come through for you.
And I think it's important his approach as well.
Yeah.
Like, he knew he wasn't going to be Von Miller. He's talking about how he's ramping up, getting into all that football shape, making sure he's ready for the end of the year. Wow, it is really... it is pouring so... All right, we should wrap up the video.
Yeah, I think
we're gonna go.
Hey, look, we didn't want to leave you high and dry back in wherever you are.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We were going to wait and find a good spot, it's going to rain here all night in Foxborough.
It's so
Excuse
funny.
me, in Providence.
In Providence. All right.
In my mind, it always rains in Providence.
That's fair. All right, for Mike, I'm Jenna. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with a friend. Also, just like for the sheer dedication of us doing this. Thanks for joining us here on Buffalo Plus.
Oh, this
presented by
just
Connors and Paris.
stinks.
Yeah.
I'm going to say